Kids and Cadets, the Red Turd 2016 Toro Recycler. I had paid 20 bucks for this. I've been throwing videos at you for the last few days. Sorry. This thing was a nightmare trying to figure out what the deal is. I appreciate you guys trying to help me out with this thing. So we've done a lot to it. Like I said, the last couple videos, got this for 20 from one of my scrappers that delivers. It had been submerged. This was the carb that came out of it crusty. I put another HIPAA carb on and that leaked like the Niagara Falls. All the gas poured out of the tank, which I had filled in while I was still messing with this thing. We had taken the recoil off and tried to clean up the flywheel that was all scaly with rust. We went ahead and re-gapped the coil with a piece of cardboard. What else? I kept tapping on the carb to try to get it to stop. Maybe a stuck float valve. So I told you I was going to throw my compression tester on it. I did. This is just a cheap AliExpress. You can get them for 15 bucks. So I had to put an adapter on it. The spark plug hole on these Kohlers is smaller than the Briggs. So I ended up getting about 25 PSI, which is piss poor on the compression. I had stuck a screwdriver in the choke to open it up. You want to pull it over with no restriction, open choke. Took the valve cover off. One of the valves was tight, wasn't even letting me put a feeler gauge in there. So that means with the pressure on it, it was open all the time, even though it should be closed. So it was letting compression seep out of the valve. So I adjusted those, intake and exhaust. Spun the blade 360 and made sure everything was moving as it should. And so we're good there. We had tried 3 different plugs. I'm going to go with the one on the Gulf of Mexico machine that was rusted out, because I think the gap on that one is about right. The plug that came with it is opened up. That's not right. And this came out of another Kohler. It's a Champion. I want to stick with the Kohler plug and see if this thing starts. Okay, so we're getting better on the oil. I had showed you the chocolate shake. When I took the valve cover off, that was all milk shaky, so I cleaned what I could out of the cover here. So once it starts and warms up, hopefully we can drain off the oil that's in there, and the next time I put new oil, it's going to be a clean crankcase. So let me put this plug in from the rusted out machine. This thing has just dogged me. I thought it was going to be an easier project. Kind of was multi-trouble. Didn't think about anything about the carb. I thought that was the issue, but this thing had a valve issue. Plus, it had flooded, so maybe it was just sitting and happened to be in the flood. Sitting, not running. Because it wouldn't have ran. I mean, we finally got it running, but we had to pull the dickens out of it. I'm surprised we even did get it to start when we were messing with it. I kept having to pull. I guess I got lucky, because with that valve staying open all the time, we had crapola compression, so I don't know how it did it. Maybe the friction of me pulling on it for 6 hours, the rings expanded or something, who knows. Okay, what do we got to do here? We got to add gas. That's what we got to do, because we're bone dry. It's just going to start pouring out again. Like I said, I'm not representing HIPAA. That would be a shit show if I showed you a video and told you to buy the HIPAA products and the thing's pouring out a quart every 15 minutes of gasoline. That wouldn't be good. You would lose all faith in Tommy Time's backyard mechanic shade tree skills. I probably shouldn't have put that much in, but any second now it's going to start pouring out of the intake, I bet you. I've been trying to tap it. There's something in there. Yeah, there we go. It's pouring out right on schedule. Okay, let me start this thing. Come on, baby. Nothing on that one. We seem to have luck with that Champion plug. Let's go back to that one. Try not to change up my scientific approach too much. Stick with what was working. So we put Champion back in. See, is it wet? Yeah, it's wet. It smells like gas. We still got issues with the coil. If we don't have anything this time, this is it on this. I'm kind of getting aggravated. Might push it aside till I'm in a better mood. I got other projects to go. You know what I mean? Stuff with just 10% ethanol gas in it, just clean out the carb, and it's a 20-minute job. Probably should check compression again, since I thought the valve lash was the issue. We should probably see if there was any improvement above 25 PSI. So we'll do that, and then I'm done. There's no sense I'm beating a red turd. You gotta move on. It's still dripping gas. So this is wet. It smells like gas. Scrappers went by. Oh, they stopped. Okay, I'm done with you guys.